Well, I guess what it means to me is a bit symptomatic of probably what's happening across the country. There are obviously really significant opportunities in technology, but there are extreme challenges and risks to us. And what strikes me is that we don't know what we don't know, and that probably applies across every single sector in society, whether it's government or the private sector, small, medium and large, community organisations and the average person in the street. Look, I think there's clearly a lot of good work happening around partnerships and around people developing strategy, using those partnerships to develop strategies, and also a lot of intelligence around that. It seems to me that again, going back to that education and awareness issue, that there isn't enough cognizance of what exactly the risks are, and of how important it is to have legislation frameworks around which we can pin our actions, and providing the chance for people to work together across all sectors to make sure that we're protected. I think we have to have the legislative frameworks around that, but we need to understand it. So I think something that has really been pushed at the workshop this week is about the importance of working with the private sector so that we can use their expertise and really understand what's happening. So I think our role is to make sure that we are educated as much as possible about the issue, and that the legislation we're putting in place is really going to work for now and also for the future, because obviously the scenarios can change so quickly in this space. So we need to make sure that we're future-proofing anything that we do. Look, I think I'll certainly be, as someone fortunate enough to actually be a delegate to this workshop, I'll certainly be making sure that my colleagues and certainly across government are actually aware of what's been discussed this week. We've been very fortunate to have some, such really impressive experts in the field, and I think my responsibility now is to share that, as I said, in Parliament, but also across the various organisations and businesses that I personally work with. I think we all have a role, and this was said earlier in the week, that it's up to all of us to actually combat cybercrime and cybersecurity issues. And so I'm going to take that responsibility very seriously and make sure that I play my role in education and awareness, and also I think make sure that I remain across what's happening in the area. I think I've realised this week that I need to be more across exactly what the magnitude of the threat is, but also the really amazing work that's already being done, particularly in Australia.